Hey, I'm Kat, mom of 3 and founder of Ritual, the company setting a new standard in the supplement industry. When I was pregnant with my first daughter, I remember staring at my prenatal vitamins and thinking, what's in this stuff? All I found were vitamins high in heavy metals, synthetic colorants, and lacking in the very essential nutrients we need. I believe women deserve to know what they are putting in their bodies and why. So at 4 months pregnant, I quit my job to reinvent the prenatal vitamin. We scoured the world for the best quality ingredients, backed by clinical studies and third-party tested for heavy metals and microbes. And this year, we were awarded the Purity Award from the Clean Label Project, the supplement safety certification that tests for 200 harmful chemicals and toxins. With Ritual, you'll know where your ingredients come from and why we use them. Join our family of skeptics with 40% off your first month when you visit ritual.com/podcast.
Hey everybody, Adam Culbertson here. When you finish this episode, or right now, add another Creative Typo Entertainment podcast into your feed. Here's a promo for one right now. Make sure you go and check it out.
What would you do if I told you that the world is not what it seems?
You're telling me that potato salad is the key to other worlds? Ha! It's not even the best side dish.
And people are not who they appear to be.
I don't know that we can trust Master Goucher.
Well, I know for damn sure we can't trust Charles Edward Cheese.
My name's not Mike. Where puns run rampant through the streets.
The Global Adventurers Guild Master Enterprises will not stand for this.
Well, it's gag me for sure, so I'm pretty sure they take everything on their knees, don't they?
And it's hard to tell who the real monsters are.
Well, yeah, it's a mimic. But I'm Francis the Lion.
3 heroes.
You have my sword.
You have my kazoo.
Oh god, my hip.
Face off against 3 villains.
Never again will they enslave me.
We'll make damn sure of that.
I'm Francis the Lion.
We know.
To keep the world of Euphrae from ripping apart.
This damn portal won't close.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
And Tim and Terry from getting even more screwed.
They're totally werewolves.
Yep, they're definitely werewolves.
Holy shit, those guys are werewolves.
Welcome to A Fool's Quest. A Fool's Quest can be found on all major podcasting platforms simply by searching A Fool's Quest.
Steal your mind for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters. All right, so y'all arrived in the elevator. Manrose is there. He greeted you, and
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Julian is.
You're like, I was trying to like.
Victor was trying to. Yeah, he was trying to console me through my machinations of seeing dead people still around me, and everyone's just okay with it.
I want to say you see a dead person in the elevator, and it happened to be somebody that you had used a sedative on in an elevator in your past, like to knock them out.
Okay, then I would just yell at the
like post-surgery and post-experimenting is what they look like, but they're on the elevator because your mind is connecting the elevator with them.
I would just yell at it. It was like, get away, and then just throw throw a punch at it and see if I could try to hit him into the wall or something.
Yeah,
with
and
nothing
it just
being there.
Yeah, it just disappears, and everybody's looking at you.
Like, what's wrong with you? It's just Manrose.
Oh, did I punch Manrose?
No.
Ow!
Just punch the
Why would
air
you do
above
that?
it and just put a huge like dent into the elevator. Maybe.
I'm going to drop you off on the prison floor.
Are you okay?
There's dead people in here, Manrose. Why did you let dead people in here?
Well, I don't see any dead people.
It's right next to you, and I'll just try to continue hitting it away. Like
Julian, there's no dead people.
Like, let me ask you this: when I'm like punching
Well, at least not currently dead.
when I'm punching the hallucination, am I actually like hitting the hallucination? Like I see myself hitting it, or
No. When you try to punch at it, it disappears.
okay? Well, at least it disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. You exercised the elevator.
Man, Rose, if you can make the elevator go faster, that's probably better.
Oh, I hadn't moved yet. Going up, and you arrive back on the ship. Quirrels.
There's just like a Q button in the elevator now for Quirrels.
There's only ever been one button plus the hatches that open.
That's not true. That's just what we see. There's tons of buttons there. We just don't know they exist.
Here's the secret.
Manrose hallucinates the buttons.
Like there have always been several buttons, but we've only ever been able to see one at a time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And through clever manipulation, it always looks like it's in the same place.
I mean, Victor pressed the button at least one time. So wherever it goes, I can't remember where it was supposed to go, but Victor knew it went there.
It was where you wanted to go.
Yeah, and so Victor just pressed the button for Manrose.
Yeah, because y'all used the key to
right
use it 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're back on the ship.
Okay, so we're at Quirrells, and yeah,
I have a question. So I guess, is the hallucination like random, or is it like for every few people there's like one hallucinating dead person? So like,
I would just say it's pretty random. Like it's not constant, but you are seeing experiments from your past, people that you experimented on.
Like the way I imagined it is like the elevator doors open and there's just like a dozen of dead people just hanging around that area, and as soon as like the elevator door, they all like turn to face me.
Yeah.
it's like in Ghostbusters too, when they're in like the like the abandoned tunnels, and like all of a sudden they see all the like the heads on pikes.
Yes.
They're screaming, and then they just disappear again.
If that would happen, I think Julian would just like I would book it to like the room I was in when I was like working on the mech suit. Like I would just mad dash past everyone, just like, get away from me, and just run.
And before
in the
you
big
run,
mech
you probably
suit.
just need to hand over your copy of the tablet.
Definitely wouldn't do that.
Okay. All right.
Definitely still crazy.
Have you run? Or are you saying you would run if there were people everywhere?
I would run if I saw like multitudes of dead people, because like I can't even handle the one, and if there's several, then I'm just going to try to get away from everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's kind of ironic that you got that madness, because like that's kind of the insanity that you have already from season 1 where we showed it.
Yeah, it like kind of kicked in,
and now it's like kicked into overdrive.
Like his mind got really weak. Yeah,
At a weakened state, I was able to somewhat overcome the craziness, but now it has worn me down to where it's all back.
Yeah.
Madness 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
We're not going to lose him to that room for several days again, are we?
Well, he didn't run to the room yet.
No, he ran to the room.
Said,
Oh yeah,
I
ran.
I thought he said he was going to run to the room if he saw a bunch of people, and you said he only saw the one.
That's what we were talking about.
That's what we were talking about.
Okay. Oh goodness.
And I have no spell slots, so I can't cast Arcane Lock on the door. Damn it.
Just park the mech suit in front of the door so people can't open it. Like they can't get past the mech suit. The mech suit's huge. Brace the door
it up
with the mech
against
suit.
the mech suit. I actually probably stay in the mech suit.
There's sliding doors. There's sliding doors.
Sliding doors.
like Star Trek.
Oh god. Can I get that one crew member that phased in through the floor and put them in front of my door to dissuade people from coming in?
Yeah, but only you see them.
Only
That's
me,
the
though.
person. That's the person you phased through a floor one time when you were doing an experiment.
Yes. Oh my god. And the Geordie just comes over there. She's like, "What happened?"
Okay, so the elevator door opened and Julian booked it for his room, I guess.
Dun, dun, dun,
Without handing off the tablet.
Not like pushing people out of the way, knocking people out of the way. If Yamnul was in front of me, I would run over Yamnul.
It was going to take him a
I
minute.
feel like you'd probably do that anyway.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah.
But I have an excuse this time and like, oh, I'm crazy.
So I guess Victor would just turn to Aleister after Aleister said what he said and be like, I guess we should get the copy that you've got to Sarah and see what they want to do with it.
Well, yes, I suppose when it comes down to it, they only really requested one.
Yeah, Julian will be all right. He probably needs to get some rest. He got beat up pretty bad out there.
Well, yes, I suppose that it may have been a little hard on him. That said, I think a good sleep would be good.
Victor, while they were in the elevator, Victor would have just sort of been touching his belt, and healing himself. I'm not going to calculate the HP right this moment, but he would have been healing himself up.
Like pressing like the belt buckle and like just like it pokes you a little bit.
It spins.
Well, there's no buckle, but he's just sort of like touching the chain, because it hangs down a little bit. So he's just sort of touching the chain and being like, heal spell.
No, like when I put the enchantment onto the Dow or whatever, like I made an artifice modification that you can heal yourself when it's in belt form, but there's like a fidget spinner on the belt buckle and you have to spin the spinner to activate the spell.
There's no belt buckle.
Yeah, it's just a chain that he's using as a belt.
Damn it.
Yeah. He's got like a carabiner he uses to connect it.
But now there's a fidget spinner at the end of the chain.
Yes. Or it's a bell. I don't know. Something.
No, I think
when it's a sword, there's just like a little
chain
ornament of
hanging.
a fidget spinner hanging off.
Yeah. And so he would have been doing that like on the elevator ride, there's no reason to bring a lot of attention to it, just sort of healing himself, whispering heal spell to himself.
Heal spell. That's not how that works.
It's how Victor feels.
You don't
like
have
it
to
works.
say the spell for it. Heal spell.
Victor doesn't understand a lot of things.
It's true.
Victor doesn't do magic.
It's true.
Everything magical about Victor is just sort of inherently part of him.
You should have.
He doesn't understand spells. You guys do spells.
You should have told him he has to rhyme to make it work.
Oh God. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Healy wheely.
Healy wheely.
And so after Victor, says to Aleister and they speak, I imagine Victor would, sort of start walking with Aleister towards where Sarah's office or whatever it is would be inside the Quirrell's ship.
Yeah, she took over Commander Strawdeck's office.
She took over.
Took it over.
We go in, she's sitting on a giant throne in front of a window.
Yeah.
Staring out the window into space. The throne slowly turns around.
Yeah, there you go. That happens.
She's wearing a black hooded robe.
Yes.
No, she's just white fur.
Everything is going as I have foreseen.
As I have foreseen it. I mean, you've still got the paper. Victor doesn't have, the paper that you wrote the stuff on, or I guess I don't know if you wrote it in the book. I don't know what you did.
I
in your Tolsha book.
I think it was just a
Tolsha
scrap
book.
of paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you tear a page out of the Tolsha book?
I would not have torn a page out of the Tolsha book. I did have some other paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome back, you two. Where's Julian?
Well, he started screaming something about dead people and then ran to his room again.
Oh.
Yeah, we the Tome Keeper was pretty formidable and Julian got beat up pretty bad. So he's not doing too well, but he went to his room.
Oh, okay. Well, I just got to my office from leaving y'all. I imagine you got the tablets? Or the tablet?
Well, not exactly, but I was able to get a copy of what was written on one.
Julian's got a copy of one of the other tablets with him as well.
Okay. How about you go get the copy from Julian, or have him come with you, and meet me in the lab.
So we don't want to just like go ahead and do this with one of them. Like, we need both.
Oh no, we will need the scientist on board to help us figure it all out. And she looks at it from you showing it to her, and she's just like, we need more people on this.
Yeah. I don't know if I think Julian might be put out for the day. I don't know if he's gonna appreciate us going in there. I think we ought to let him come out with it when he's ready. Can we just work on the one Aleister has for the moment?
Can we just have two separate scenes of us explaining a tablet?
I think he needs to rest up and get in a better place.
Let's do this.
Very well.
Let's say that like I went to my room or whatever, and then like closed the door, and then like started drinking like a monster to put myself to sleep, so I would not see dead people.
That sounds about right.
Yes, and then it'll be significantly easier for you to get my copy whilst I am in a stupor.
Okay, yeah.
Well, if you gouge your eyes out, you can't see dead people either.
I like those. I'm told they're very pretty.
I did tell him to close his eyes at one point. I was like, just close your eyes.
She goes, well,
only that's how madness worked.
She goes, well, here, and she uses Mage Hand to grab the paper, and she goes, see if you can get it, and I will meet you down at the lab, and I will go ahead and get somebody to look at this now.
All right, I'll do what I can.
Very well.
So, yeah. Are you coming too?
No, if you're asking Aleister.
Yeah. I was kind of asking you, but it's like, are you going to come too, Aleister?
Well, yes, I may as well. I mean, if he insists on sleeping it off, maybe I can at least speed that up.
Yeah, I don't want any harm to come to Julian, but we have two possible ways of dealing with this situation, or both can deal with the situation, and I believe it needs to be worked on as soon as possible.
Our option of choice is a full frontal lobotomy.
Okay, so I guess we'll head up to Julian's door and just sort of, see if it'll open. Just sort of knock or press the button or walk up to it.
It opens whenever you press the button.
Is Julian already asleep? It's probably been maybe 10, 15 minutes, I would assume.
I would say you just walk in on him chugging a bottle of liquor. Okay. Not even wine. It's just liquor. It's alien Dreamland's liquid. Yeah.
He just holds a finger up while he finishes the bottle.
Yeah. Hey, Julian. We need the copy of the tablet. We just need the copy of the tablet. Where'd you put it? And we'll leave you alone.
Tablet. Check.
All right, I'm gonna check. I won't touch your mech suit. and Victor.
Mech suit.
Nope, won't touch it at all. That's yours.
My mech suit.
That's right, Julian. Your mech suit. Victor will be looking around for this paper. Where would Julian have set this thing?
I mean, I probably would have as someone who was starting to drink whatever, just discarded all of my person upon all surfaces.
Okay, I'm rolling a investigation check to see where that is that's a 15. I should be able to find the stuff someone threw down as they came into the room with a 15.
Yeah, you would find it in all that mess.
Perfect. Be like, I got it, Julian. Make sure to get yourself in bed.
No,
in a minute, okay?
No, just bed, drink, good.
Yep, there you go.
Yes.
Well, start to like crack open another bottle. Is like that one's empty, so like throw it against the wall. No.
Well, Julian, whenever you get to it, just sleep well, and Aleister will do his hourglass eye thing, give him the extra sleep.
Cat is so small.
I would say you threw the bottle at a hallucination, and it disappeared as the bottle went through it.
I like that. That's good.
It was a drunk hobo.
Oh no!
That you snatched off the street one day.
Like it's like the hallucination. Like I took the bottle of liquor that the hobo had that's not there to try to drink it, and then
You threw it back at him.
it was empty, and I just threw it back at him.
Oh
Oh
man.
my god!
Oh, so glad Victor didn't get a madness this time. Yep, and I think with that, Victor will head out and let him be. And hurry back to wherever it is Sarah said to go. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the same lab that Julian had been in before, showing off the tablet to the scientist.
So glad he's here to guide us there then.
Yes. But you find it pretty easily, and there's already a group of scientists that have the paper, and they're actually putting it in this containment, and it's scanning it and everything.
And then Victor will walk over and just be like, "Here's the copy of the second tablet. There were a few, but these were the only two we were able to get before we had to get out."
Oh, thank you very much.
And you're welcome, sir.
They grab it. They put it in.
Are these the little guys, or are they actual regular? Like
No,
other
these are
people?
just other alien people.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
The underpants gnomes had to start finding new kinds of work, so they're on the ship.
Yeah. Get
What did I sound like? An underpants gnome?
Question mark profit.
But they take the first paper out and put the second paper in, and it starts scanning it. But they start pulling up screens of the Aklo runes, the Aklo hieroglyphics, whatever they are, on screens in the room, so they can read it and inspect it and everything. Got it in the database by scanning it. In Quirrell's database.
Are they reading it out loud, or to one another, like talking back and forth or something?
Yeah. Like y'all are just watching this all going down, and they're discussing things, and one of them points out that on the first paper that Aleister had, about being able, they believe that they can create a device with the instructions on this that can transport an entire region to another location anywhere on any plane of existence, including the people in that region.
Interesting.
That would have been nice 2 seasons ago. Sorry, 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And same thing, they have a harder time with the second paper that Julian had, but one of them is like, well, yeah, I do believe that we'll be able to create a device that can de-escalate an elder's influence.
Ooh, fancy.
It's actually a Eldridge end user license agreement, and you have to force the old one to read through it and agree to it.
I thought it was more like
it says right here, if you don't check the box, then they can't control you.
You have to read each clause and check it.
I thought it was a little more like a spray, like an Eldritch Be Gone.
Oh my God, a consent form.
Yeah. Turns out if you don't, sign the form, they can't come. That was the whole
It's
problem.
just chock full of legalese, which is even less sensical than Aklo.
That would be an interesting spell to use in like a modern setting. It's just like you could use minor illusion and make them have to agree to an end user license agreement before proceeding. It's like, I don't understand this document.
Heretofore, the second party of the third party shall then fee.
Lawyers are illusionists.
They do believe that the device for transporting an entire region to another location anywhere on any plane of existence, they do believe that they have the means to make that on Quarrels. The other one on de-escalating an elder's influence, they think that they need some outside materials for that, but are confident they would be able to get them.
Cool.
But they tell you, rest assured, they're going to figure this out. They're going to keep Sarah up to date, and that too. Well, they thank you a lot for getting this information. Like they're having nerd boners over it, and
naturally.
Oh my God, we're gonna send this to Dev. This is gonna be so fucking cool.
And they tell you to enjoy your downtime while you're while they're
Well,
working.
yes, I'm quite sure I will.
Yeah, thank you for your help, little guys. For some reason, I'm just imagining they're all short.
They're not. They're ranging.
You used.
They're ranging in heights. Yeah, that guy was like 5'8". But
Yeah,
no,
but
they're
Victor's
ranging in
5'10".
size, race, sex, everything. So,
Victor's 5'10" because that way I get to pretend I'm 2.5 inches tall.
Thank you, short kings and queens.
But yeah, y'all leveled up. You are level 13.
Yay.
Awesome.
13?
Cool.
Awesome.
And
I guess we got to
first.
level up now.
I guess we have to
I
level
wanna
up
go
now.
first this time.
Wait, I have already leveled up. I must be under the influence of Aleister's magic.
Oh.
It's not like we did
You
this.
leveled up twice as fast as we did.
It's not like we did this 3 weeks ago.
We totally didn't. I know what you're talking about.
Actually, I did all my level up stuff last night.
Are you serious?
I actually wrote it on the page
yeah,
just before we
yeah.
started, but I've been thinking on it for like the past couple of weeks.
I was talking to you last night, right, Adam?
Yeah.
Not this morning?
Yeah, you were talking
Or
to me
was it-
last night about it.
Okay, yeah. Then I did it last night because we were just chatting. Yeah, and I'll go first because it's kind of there's one thing that I wanted to mention that probably would have happened during the scene we just had. So we got the level 13. All of us are level 13. We're not different levels.
Yeah.
Victor rolled another plus 3 HP because that's what he's best at is getting the minimum amount of HP possible. So it's got a max of 80, not counting the 15 temp hit points. Proficiency went up to plus 5, and Victor also got another monk thing, Tongue of the Sun and Moon, which is you learn to touch the key of other minds, so you understand all spoken languages. Moreover, any creature that can understand a language can understand what you can say. So, while the little guys, the scientists, were all talking, and obviously they're reading this, and the words were in Aklo. Victor, didn't kind of pick up on it until later, like just a little bit later after he'd left, that he was understanding both the Aklo and the common they were speaking
Without your hat.
without his hat. Because Victor normally wears his hat all the time and it's always on for the most part. And it wasn't, the boots were still active. He wasn't utilizing the magical properties of the hat. And so Victor's worn this hat for so long that somehow his body, while he's attuning to ki and life force or whatever monks do, learned to do what the hat does. Only it works better than the hat because he's actually reaching out to the person's minds And so he knows what they're saying, and he can speak at them, and they'll know what he's saying. So it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I like that explanation a lot.
Thank you. And so that is what happened to Victor during the level up. Very simple level up, but neat.
You were also
got no HP.
No HP.
Yeah, and I got three more HP. I was at 77 before, now I'm at 80. And we even have a house rule that if you roll a 1, you get to roll again. And like 8 times or something in this campaign,
I've never
I don't
seen
even know how many times.
So bad on HP consistently.
It is ridiculous. I have no clue how this happened. I'm certainly glad that I took that feat a level up or 2 ago, where I got like 11 levels worth of HP boost. Because otherwise,
and you're
Victor
still
would
at 80.
Die. Victor would be dead if I hadn't done that, because I think I would have run out of HP during that last fight. So
you could also never get a brain freeze and eat the hottest wings possible. That's part of your new tongue.
The moon is made of cheese.
The moon,
Max.
Hey, Gromit, the moon's made of cheese.
He can eat the hottest wings with as much blue cheese dressing as he wants without it upsetting his stomach.
That's how you defeat the old ones. You challenge them to a hot wings competition.
Yep. Yeah, all you can eat wings. All
right,
do you do anything else during your downtime leveling up?
I mean, I don't know. Victor at this point is probably Victor's still pretty unnerved and sort of sad about the situation. Like, he knew going in that this town was going to die, but Shorna was so nice, and Miss Jackson was very pleasant and only wanted to help people. Even Luther was doing his best. Luther, which we didn't realize when everything was going on, pretty calm and collected guy. If there's a giant mushroom eldritch god in the middle of the city, and he's like, "Move along, everyone, just get on out," gently guiding everyone away from the eldritch monstrosity. Like, he was less afraid than we were.
I mean, he handles these situations every other week.
Exactly. And so Victor's feeling really bad about all these people. He's he was kind of playing it off. It's like, oh, Julian's gone crazy again, but he's concerned about Julian. It's not good to get blackout drunk. It's not good to see dead people.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole movie about it, with that little kid. But yeah, so Victor's just going to try to, relax. He's not going to try to focus too much on what's going on. The professionals have the tablet information. He understood the language somehow, but he still didn't quite understand what it was saying. Like, if I were to walk into, a place like that, I wouldn't understand half of what those scientists were saying. So
you can definitely
Victor
understand the words without understanding the meaning.
He'd go spend some time with some of his friends. He might go visit Luth and just say hello, and see how he's doing as a weird, all-knowing man who lives in a crypt, and hang out, you bring like a board game or something in there. The Darkwell equivalent of a board game, he would bring in like a card game or something, play with Luth. They probably played games a lot, and I'm sure Luth isn't above that now or whatever. And he would,
he would play.
He'd go talk to Grobo a little bit about the stuff that was upsetting him, just general things, but he wouldn't do anything sort of really purposeful or anything like that. He's just sort of trying to relax, because it really sucks when you can't help people.
Yeah.
He's kind of sad about that.
All right.
Dear Diary, we finally made it back from our last mission. Going to the past and knowing all those people were gonna die was hard enough, but finding out that we were a part of it makes it even worse. Maybe the smart people can figure out the information on those tablet copies, and it'll make it all worth it. Julian is in such bad shape right now. It's hard not to worry about him. Aleister's book kept him alive again, but it was so close this time. And Aleister, with all that Tulsa stuff going on, I don't even understand what he's doing it for, or if he knows either. Seems to me that stuff is pretty dangerous. Anyway, it sounds like Sarah's got a lot planned for this war we're fighting, so I don't know if I'll be able to ride again until it's done. I just hope things will go our way. I'm gonna rest a little bit and spend some time with Luth. A lot of the past few missions have made things feel really big and scary. I could use a bit of time to relax. Love, Victor. All right, so we're back on Quirrell's the gnome ship in the Dreamlands. We made it back from Greenpool in the past and got away from the Tome Keeper and Detlib, and the entire town got destroyed, and later the planet. It's a lot of stuff. It is what it is. If you want, check out our website, mikesandmonsters.com. We've got a lot of cool stuff there for the show. You can go to creativetypo.com as well to check out all the other shows that we've got. Leave us a review if you're able. That helps us out a whole bunch. Check out our merch store. All the stuff we always say. Most of the people listening to this have already heard it. But on the off chance that you haven't, please make sure to check those things out. And just, let us know what you think. It's always fun to hear new people getting into the show, so it doesn't matter if you're listening to this 2-3 years after it comes out. I'm relatively sure we'll still be around, and that we'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening. It really just means so much. All music in this episode was written and produced by Marco Mazzei of Fallen Highway Studios. Just hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.